Hi students, my name is Mrs. Reyes and I am passionate about keeping our earth healthy by reducing trash and plastic pollution. Today I will talk to you about what you can do to help. I will talk about plastic trash and why it is so bad for animals, humans, and the environment. Then I will discuss what we can all do to reduce our waste. By the end of this presentation, I hope that you will decide to join me in doing all you can to take care of Earth and become an environmentalist too. You may be wondering why I decided to take action by reducing the amount of plastic trash that we produce as a family. I saw some articles that had photos of huge piles of trash floating around in our oceans. In fact, there are 5 enormous garbage patches of mostly plastic trash floating around in the ocean today. One of them is 5 times larger than the size of Texas. I saw photos of birds eating the trash. I saw a photo of a turtle with a straw stuck in his nose. And I learned that if we don't act now, in just 30 years, there will be more trash in the ocean than fish. When I looked at the photos, I felt sad and angry. I didn't think it was fair that innocent wildlife had to suffer because humans were using so much plastic and then throwing it away. And I also realized that if the fish and animals are in danger from all of the trash, that people are in danger too. That's when I decided to learn all I could about plastic waste and make a pledge to reduce the amount of plastic we use, reuse plastic items as many times as possible, and recycle the items when we could. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Many of you had probably heard this motto and have seen the green triangle with the chasing arrows. The problem is that most of us ignore the first 2 words, reduce and reuse, and go straight to the last word, which is recycle. We have been told that if we throw our plastic items in the recycling bin, that they will all be recycled into something new that we can use. Unfortunately, that is not true. People don't really know what to do with all of the plastic that has been produced. So much of it ends up in our oceans or in landfills. I would like to add a couple of more words that start with R to that list. First, we need to rethink if we even need to buy a certain item. Let me give you a scenario. Maybe a small toy catches your eye and you feel like you need to have it. You buy it, play with it for one day, and then it ends up in the bottom of your toy box. When you clean out the toys, you decide you don't want it anymore, and that little toy gets thrown away. Did you really need to have it in the first place? Maybe not. We need to rethink the things that we purchase before we buy them. Another R that I think is important is refuse. When you are at a store or restaurant, you can refuse plastic items. For instance, when a store clerk begins to place your items in a plastic bag, kindly refuse the bag and tell them you can just carry the items out on your own, or even better, use a canvas bag like this one. Many takeout restaurants provide plastic forks, knives, spoons, straws, napkins, and you can again request that the restaurant not include these items with your food. And instead, you can use the silverware that you already have at home. This helps save our planet. It saves the restaurant money because they will not have to buy more plastic utensils. And it helps keep you healthier by limiting the amount of plastic you are putting into your mouth. It's a benefit for everyone. Plastic utensils, plastic bags, plastic water bottles, and straws are all known as disposable single-use items. What does that mean exactly? It means that after we use it one time, we throw it away in the trash. It's better to just refuse these items in the first place. We want to try to limit single-use items as much as possible because they create the most plastic pollution in our oceans. Third, we have to try to reduce or lessen the amount of plastic we buy. We can look for new items in the stores that contain less or even no plastic. Later on, I'll show you some fun new products we switched to that do not contain any plastic. Fourth, we have to reuse the items we have. Some things that we reuse are metal water bottles, like this one, the canvas or fabric bags that we take to the grocery store. And we also reuse these black Chinese food takeout containers for paint trays when we're being crafty in our family. Finally, we should try to recycle any items when we can. Remember that although recycling items is good, it still takes a lot of energy to turn old bottles into something new. And much of the time, plastic items can only be downcycled. This means that the original item, like a water bottle, can only be recycled into something of lesser quality, like carpet or fleece. This happens because recycled plastic is weaker than the original material. Eventually, the plastic material might be too weak to be recycled at all, and it can only go, you guessed it, into a landfill. Now, just like I promised, we are going to talk about some fun items that we found that use no plastic. The exciting news is that many companies are getting on board and trying to create new products that do not have any plastic and are better for the environment. Do you remember during the pandemic when toilet paper was hard to find? I started to research toilet paper options online and discovered a toilet paper that was made out of bamboo. Bamboo is a giant woody grass that grows in tropical climate. It grows really fast, a lot faster than regular trees, which other toilet paper is made from. So it is a great sustainable option for toilet paper. An added plus, the company I found who makes it only mails it in cardboard boxes. Each roll is wrapped in paper instead of being packaged in plastic. Another win for the environment. Another fun product we learn about is bar shampoo and conditioner. Most shampoos come in large plastic bottles. And a main ingredient in shampoo is water. So this shampoo, this little bar shampoo, comes in a cardboard box, which I can easily recycle. And I already have plenty of water in my shower. You get some suds going and just rub it in your hair. It smells really good too. Switching to bar soap in the shower and near your sinks is another good way to save on plastic. Most bar soaps are packaged in cardboard, which is easy to recycle. Liquid soaps, on the other hand, all come in plastic bottles. A third new item we found that is plastic-free is toothpaste bits. We have all seen toothpaste tubes. These are familiar to everybody. They are very hard to recycle because they are made up of layers of different materials that are hard to peel apart during the recycling process. Also, when you use this type of toothpaste, sometimes it's really hard to get just the right amount on your toothbrush. This company came up with toothpaste bits. They look like little mints. And when you're ready to brush your teeth, you just chew it up and then put your wet toothbrush into your mouth to start brushing. The best part about toothpaste bits is that they come in a glass container with a metal lid. Glass and metal are both very easy to recycle. Now we're going to play a little game called What's in Your Lunchbox? We will go through each item in a typical student's lunchbox and then try to come up with some options that are better for the environment. Let's start with your drink. Do you have a juice box or a plastic water bottle? Or maybe you have juice that comes in a metal pouch. What's the best option? Can you guess? The best option is to pack your drink in a reusable metal container like this one. You can bring this container home every day, wash it, and it's ready to go for the next day. A juice box or a carton of milk is the next best option, as most of these can be recycled. However, if you are using a straw to drink from, that needs to go into the trash. Remember, straws are known as single-use plastic items. You use a straw for a period of time and then you throw it away. These can't be recycled and they are really bad for the environment. Remember that turtle with the straw in his nose? Try not to use straws if you can help it. A plastic water bottle may be recycled if you properly place it in the recycle bin. But we're trying to stop using plastic, so there are better options out there. A juice pouch is not recyclable at all. The pouch is made up of layers of plastic, aluminum, and other materials that make it difficult to recycle. That goes straight into the trash. Okay, let's talk about your sandwich next. Could be peanut butter and jelly, or ham and cheese, or something else. I'm getting hungry. Let's talk about how your sandwich is wrapped. Is it wrapped in plastic wrap? Or maybe it's in a plastic sandwich bag. Did you know that there are reusable containers to protect your sandwich? This is a plastic one that we have been using for 2 or 3 years. It's a really convenient way to put your sandwich in, and you just seal it with the lid. And it keeps your sandwich fresh while you're at school. Another option is this metal container, which you can use for a sandwich. Metal will last a really long time and can be recycled over and over again. It is more difficult to recycle plastic wrap and plastic bags like this. You cannot put them into the regular recycling bin. They need to be collected and brought to a grocery store or someplace where they collect plastic bags for recycling. Next in your lunchbox might be fruit or a vegetable, so you can stay healthy. How is that packaged? Is it in a plastic bag? Maybe you can put it into a reusable plastic container or a metal container, like this one. This metal container has different slots for different types of fruits or vegetables, so you can keep them separate. Again, metal is very easy to recycle and lasts a long time, so that is a great choice. Finally, you might have a cookie or a granola bar that comes in its own packaging. These foil wrappers are almost impossible to recycle, so they go into the trash. So what about the leftover sandwich bread crusts that some of you might have, or that apple core, or even that old banana peel? What can we do with those? Those items are organic, which means that they were once growing, so they are compostable. What is composting? Composting is a really easy, useful way to help reduce the amount of waste we bring to the landfill. Composting is the process of taking old, decaying food or rotting fruits and vegetables and allowing Mother Nature to break it down and turn it into fertilizer. The compost can then be added to some soil in a garden or to a planter to help grow new flowers, plants, or vegetables. Composting food scraps means there is no waste at all. Before we wrap up today, I wanted to mention one more thing. We are lucky to have the Needham Farmers Market as a place to get fresh fruits and vegetables during the summer and fall. This produce is grown by local farmers in the community, which means the vegetables didn't have to travel very far to get here. That saves energy, which is good for the environment. Plus, the fresh food tastes delicious. Officially, Earth Day is next month, on Thursday, April 22nd. Earth Day is a special day where we demonstrate support for environmental protection. But we need to think about how we treat the earth every day. We need to make good decisions about what we buy and what we use to keep our earth safe and healthy for the plants, for for the animals, and for the humans. Every one of us can make a positive change in our environment every day. We hope you'll join the pledge to use less plastic. Do your best out there, environmentalists. Spread the word about reducing plastic waste. We all depend on it.